I went to the Toronto Film Festival. This is one of the movies I saw. It stars Ben Stiller and Austin Abrams, and it is called Brad's Status.
We're fully booked tonight.
How about that one?
It's not available.
Oh, looks like it's available.
Yeah, it's not.
That night, my mind drifted back to college. So many friends have become successful.
Craig Fisher worked for the White House.
Jason Hatfield had his own hedge fund. Billy Wursler sold his tech company at 40. What do I have? I work for a nonprofit and nothing to show for it.
Somebody asked about you, whatever happened to you.
Where's Brad? I remember that guy, Brad.
Yeah, so Ben Stiller plays Brad, and he feels like he's a loser, even though he's not, but he keeps looking at his other friends, and he's envious for their status and what they have and what they've accomplished. And now it's time for his son to go to school, and his son might want to go to Harvard, might want to go to Tufts. He's a music major, and now he's going to get involved in his son's life to get him in the right school, the right way, and all that. And he's going to try to make up for his lack of status by, sort of engineering his son's
life and
future,
career.
which is, I guess you always remember your parents taking you to school and then trying to help you figure out what way it goes and all that. So we talked a little bit about that in Toronto. So Ben saying that, yeah, he can relate to this.
My daughter's 15 and almost at that point, but for me, I have a lot of friends who have experienced that, and it's just something about that moment in time when your kid is an adult basically, but yet still a kid. And how you look at yourself, you see yourself a lot and see what you've done, what you haven't done as a parent, and also what you look at yourself at that age. What was I doing? And for me, like I look at Austin. And I see a young man who is really, evolved for a young guy, in terms of the way he approaches this work and his talent. And I don't know, I wasn't like that when I was your age.
How about your dreams versus your parents' dreams for you?
I don't know. I think they always kind of, because my parents are both doctors, so I think they always kind of had an idea of me going to college.
Boy, you messed this up.
What?
I'm just kidding.
But they're very supportive. So, when I kind of decide this is, what I wanted to do, they're very supportive of me.
Sort of a fun moment there. I asked him when it says his parents were doctors. I said, "Oh, you messed this thing up."
He's like, "Huh?"
I was making a joke, but they're so sensitive.
Exactly. He goes, "Huh? No, I didn't. Look at me."
Yeah. Kim was up there also doing some work, and she saw him in a press conference later, and they referenced that. Like someone saying, like, "Oh, I should have been a doctor," but you make your own way, and that's one of the great things about this movie. It's like you're with your parents, and your parents are speaking for you. Sometimes as a kid, you're going like, "Dad, would you just shut your mouth and leave? Would you just turn around? I got this handled." So it's one of those kind of movies. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. But Ben's character, you keep wanting to say like, "Dude, come on, get your act together."
Give him a break.
Yeah, you got it together. Talk to Jenna Fisher. You've seen her in a lot of films, and she is a sweet lady. Talked about the same kind of thing. Dreams. Your parents' dream. Your dreams.
I never felt a pressure from my parents to be any certain way. Both of my parents had, my father is an engineer, my mom is a teacher, and they both loved what they did. So they sort of taught me that I should follow my bliss, and my bliss happened to be acting, and they were always very supportive of it. So, yeah, I almost, sometimes you want them to make you do things or force you to do things so you don't have to be responsible for it yourself, but they didn't. They were very good at letting me fly out of the nest.
And they have a happy daughter.
They do have a happy daughter.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, she's not automatic. She's just a great person.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell she exudes sweetness.
She's sweet. She's a lovely lady. She's a mom. All those great things. So we talked about his friends, Ben Stiller's friends in this movie, how they're all more successful. And it doesn't take long to show that they're more successful, but they're very, very funny moments. Luke Wilson is in the movie, and he's barely in the movie. So when I saw him, that's what we talked about. So how many minutes were you in this movie?
Not very much. That was the funny thing about working on the movie is only have that kind of one scene, but I was in where I was on location a lot, so I had so much time on my hands. I'd actually go to the set and sit around and watch Ben do scenes. And that's when you kind of are a fan of the people you work on like your days off, you're not usually wanting to go to work. But
Definitely.
Like Mike White and Ben so much, I was definitely going to watch those guys work. And they were working hard.
It's a fun movie. It's a lot of fun. You can relate to so many things in this movie. You can't go see it tomorrow, but you can see it a week from tomorrow because that's when it opens. 1 week from tomorrow, called Brad's Status. Highly recommend it. You'll have a good time with it.